Hello! Chris and Cassie with Salutations. This is episode 4.
20.
It actually is episode 4, isn't it?
It's episode 420.
It's funny. Oh, shoot. Okay, never mind. So, I think it says on the top of the post, it says we don't know what we're talking about.
I didn't put it on the thing yet.
Oh, well, that's what this is entitled. We don't know what we're talking about.
Is that what it is?
Or something like that.
We have no idea what we are talking about. Inspired by Socrates.
What quote?
Did you know?
What
I was
quote
thinking.
From Socrates?
I was thinking today. Socrates was a Messiah. You know what the word Messiah means?
Isn't that like a
Like
bringer
what is,
of peace, like a prophet, right?
No, Messiah means messenger.
Yeah, bringer of light was closer.
Yeah. But I mean, I was thinking about, there's so many messengers across the world these days, and
I was thinking that too, how you get to see it on social media.
I'm saying, it's everywhere.
Yeah.
You don't have to be a celebrity to be a messenger, and it's been unbelievable to witness.
Yeah, it's just more and more and more, right?
It's
really changing.
It's
I
fascinating.
feel like. Yeah.
Kim Jong-un had an awakening.
Are you really sure it's not for some other
No,
game?
I feel that it's sincere.
His face looked different in that photo.
He looked completely like he had some sort of awakening, and like I've always said, no one can escape this. This is universal law coming to light. God's eye, age of Aquarius, shift, whatever you want to call it, but it's a shift of consciousness, and as the consciousness of every time someone awakens, the consciousness raises. And no one can escape it, and you can continue to run from it. There are examples of people running from a lot of things, and Washington D.C. Washington D.C. is a prime example but nonetheless, Kim Jong-un had an awakening. No nuclear program, which kudos to him. That's what's occurring. But anyways,
there's amidst all this chaos, there's actually a lot of beautiful things happening.
Yeah,
you just kind of have to step back and observe it.
Yeah. But Socrates, and the quote from Socrates, the Messiah, one of the Messiahs, is all I know is that I know nothing. And I completely agree. Over the last 3 days, it's been unbelievable as far as, if you've watched us before, I talk about 0 point, or there's a time coming to where the shift will actually happen, and there's circumstances that have to go down. But if you step back and observe everything, you can actually see it happening. And as that 0 point gets closer and closer and closer to to the final point of the switch of consciousness, it gets more chaotic and more chaotic, and it's just there's United States is a prime example of the 0 point occurring, and then there are countries all across the world that the same thing's happening. But all I know is that I know nothing. The more and more we continue this journey, the more and more you understand you know nothing. It's about understandings, and it's about the infinite.
Operation Ivy had a song called "I Don't Know Nothing," and it sounds just like that quote. I wonder if that's why that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that would be a real cool tie, Socrates and Operation Ivy. But we've talked about knowing or knowledge, and then understandings, and the difference between knowing and knowledge and understandings. There are a lot of folks out there who know a lot, and then there are those who don't know shit, but they're know-it-alls. You know, like a doctor. A doctor needs to know a lot of stuff. Mm-hmm. You dig? So that's, you know, that's knowing, but understandings, and I thought about this today. We've done 50 episodes. For those, if ever, we have 50 other shows. We have a YouTube channel. It's on my top of my page. You can click on the link and go see. And then those shows they're really difficult understandings, really difficult topics. And we've lightened things up now, and we're in Sun Salutations.
Lightened them up slightly.
Slightly.
We'll see where it goes.
Yeah, but we no longer need to kind of touch on that harshness. There's 50 episodes of hilarity that you can watch. And I forget where I was going. Knowing and understandings.
Yeah.
And
once we understood these things,
yeah,
we saw them.
Well, every time we had an episode, and it was a specific understanding about what was going on with the world, and when we have we've touched on everything from addiction to racism to narcissism to, you know, manipulation, yeah, obligation, you know, a bunch of understandings. And again, you can see those on YouTube at Sun, Mind, and Body. There's just here lately, as we get closer to 0 point, it's happening on both sides of the ball game. It's happening.
Those understandings, those are the things we're seeing.
Yeah, it's like everything we talked about is actually happening in the world, and I find that fascinating. And an understanding is an understanding, whether I have the understanding, and you have to know it through yourself.
Your heart, of your being.
No one can teach you an understanding, but people can teach you knowledge, and that's where I was going.
And that's where, like, that repeat in your head, when you're trying to really feel something, you repeat, but it doesn't make sense.
George Gurdjieff called them crystallizations.
Yes.
And Gurdjieff is one of the cats that I studied, and he's an amazing man, and you know, he had an amazing journey. And if it weren't for him, you know, I've read that 1,000-page book of his,
Beelzebub or something.
Beelzebub and the Tales to His Grandson, and that is a fascinating book. If you guys want to read that, by George Gurdjieff. I just, you know, the more and more that I'm self-working and you know, vibrating to where, you know, Sun, the brand, and I can vibrate together and start. That's happened, and it's happening. There are a lot of things happening, and you know, as we continue with the journey, we'll update on Sun Salutations or whatever. But I know nothing on the scheme of things. I understand a lot, but I know nothing. And I think being able to say that is such a relief.
Mm-hmm. There's not that pressure to find all the answers and to prove that you know it all. And
imagine, you know,
that chase that there's so many. Ellen Watts has a couple quotes, and I can't remember them exactly, but about
yeah, we talked about popularity contests. Are we here
to just to live and then die and scrape for all these answers and things like that? It's really, you don't realize that it's happening, I think, until you step back.
Yeah,
because you're not supposed to know it all. It's thus it all begins and ends in mystery.
Yeah,
always. That's what I always remember.
You know, and it's the difference between folks thinking that this is them, and then there are folks that understand that their true self is their higher self and their actual spirit. That's the two different things of knowing and understanding. Mm-hmm. Once you understand that you are your actual being is your higher self, and that this is your vehicle,
fear goes away.
The whole slowly, yeah. But you know, it's a trip, man. I'm. Let's talk about energies we've had over the last 3 days. I have felt my brain twist a 180 and twist another 180 in 2 days.
Yeah,
it has been so
the
fascinating.
most intense. I've never been like so nauseous.
Yeah.
So dizzy, so out of it in my life that for a split second there, even though I knew there was nothing to be afraid of, it was like, oh my God. Like, I didn't know. I had to force myself to sleep. It was just, it was freaky because it was new.
Yeah.
You know, it's that fear of the unknown, or that those little nerves you get, you know?
Yeah.
It was weird.
I always remind myself, you're only going to be given what you can handle. Yeah. And, you know, as we continue to shift and get closer and closer, I'm fucking fascinated with what 0 Point's going to feel like. I mean, that is going to occur. You want to talk about the consciousness of the world changing in a matter of a moment, and the way that the internet works, it's going to instantly be broadcast. You follow me with that? Mm-hmm. This isn't somebody riding a horse knocking on doors saying the English are coming. There's going to be a 0 Point, and it's going to flash across the screen. And Kim Jong-un said, I no longer want a nuclear program. Today. That's where we've gone. And
then on the other side, you see
people
crumbling.
Lawyering up to lawyer up to lawyer up. And I'm gonna say this, and this isn't a prediction, this is my observation. The GOP, the NRA, Donald Trump, I'm not all the GOP, the majority of the GOP, they all have something in common. And when it all comes out, I mean, it's just obvious. There's something there that they're hiding. And, you know, and then on the other side, you've got Comey, you've got Mueller. And the truth will come out. And it's going to be a fascinating moment. And I believe that that's a circumstance that's actually going to set 0 Point. I think that is
something big is about to happen.
Yeah, and who knows the repercussions of all of that.
Yeah, it's going to probably get crazy for a while.
So anyways, grow your own food. But yeah, I just, it's not that I'm being belligerent or mean or anything. I just don't care. You know, it's not that, you know, I feel for what's coming for these people, because no one can escape it, you know. And all you're seeing is folks awakening, and then you're seeing folks run and prevent the inevitable. That's the thing. You cannot prevent the inevitable. You can try, and you're seeing it. You know, folks are trying to prevent the inevitable.
But all they're thinking about is what's happening, or what the worst scenario could be. So the worst scenario is fucking happening.
Yeah, I'm going to say this slowly. We create our own reality with our thoughts. Every one of us have that power.
So into the collective conscience is why we're seeing
Hold on one second.
Oh, sorry.
So we create our own reality with our thoughts in our daily life. You know, from the moment you were born up until that today, you've created everything that has happened in your life. The moment you can recognize that you have the power to not manifest your fears, but to project what you want, that is the difference between what's happening. You have folks that are manifesting their fears and putting every intention, every energy, every amount of being that they are into those. I hope that they don't find out. Well, guess what's going to happen? We're going to find out. Then there are folks out there that are carving their own path and putting their intentions towards helping humanity. And, you know, and those folks are projecting what they want and creating their own reality. You have those two paths that are happening. You've got your know-it-alls, and then those who understand they know nothing. And that's the tie that I wanted to bring into this. You were saying manifesting your fears prior to this.
Oh, yeah. I hate to bring it up, but at the same time, the first thing I thought of was there's school shootings nonstop.
Yeah. Again today.
But that's all people are thinking about at the same time. And I don't mean to be harsh, because it's horrific what's happening, However, it's being created by this collective, constant fear-mongering thinking. But I am seeing like a split, a shift is happening though, where more and more people are realizing change yourself, change the world type thing, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it's so fascinating. And I'm a big advocate of, you know, that's what Sun is, the brand Sun, is to know thyself. That is soldier of necessity. It's, you know, being that soldier and going and, you know, going within and this is my motto right here. This is what I've had to do the entire time. Be the bull and walk tall and carry a big stick. And, you know, we've used words. The pen is mightier than the sword. And you'll hear me say that all the time. A lot of these cats out there that are doing through music, through art, through painting, you know, through, you know, Kendrick Lamar just won a Pulitzer Prize for the album Damn. Congratulations, Kendrick. Nas was all of his material from day one until is in Harvard.
Oh yeah.
They've got it all on archive, which, you know, is, you know, if you listen to Nas, you listen to Kendrick, you know, they're speaking know thyself from their own perspective. And that's what's occurring all across the world. You've got people, you know, in the world there are different types of people. Then there are people who respect that, and then there are people who hate on that. You know, that's the know-it-alls versus those who understand. And that's what this, you know, I wanted this talk to evolve into this, and it is. And anyways, man.
It's a really interesting way to look at it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's true. It's exactly.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful observation.
Yeah. Sun Gardens. Let's kind of go off on that route.
It's actually happening.
Yeah, we're tripping ourselves out because all of our projections that we've had we're seeing thought form. I mean, it's like boom, boom. You know, and everybody will get to see if you get to come to the gardens. This has been a, you know, a form of an art project for us, and that we're going to get to share with the community of Oak Cliff and Dallas.
We're just listening to our intuition, and it's really cool to see what
manifests.
Yeah.
And we've been given everything that we need to complete it, and you know, from artists to the gentlemen that are helping me right now, and yeah, it's a trip, and we're when it happens, it'll happen, and we'll let everybody know.
I'm excited to get some. I want to get some pictures up today because it's Earth Day.
Oh, we have a beehive.
Oh yeah, I posted it on our Instagram story, but it's really fascinating. It happened like overnight.
Overnight, we have a beehive. And we're going to actually participate and help. We're going to school ourselves in how to be beekeepers. I am.
No, you leave them alone. They're just in nature. They don't.
I know, but you know, I will help them if they need like sugar water or something like that. I want to, you know, we'll give them like treats and stuff.
Okay.
You know, dependent upon what.
They're just a very powerful symbolism.
I mean, it's huge.
But it literally wasn't there yesterday. It just was pretty amazing.
Check us out on Instagram at Sun, Mind, and Body.
But no, I posted stuff there about it. But anyway, it was really cool. And bees are a really cool symbolism of protection, of warmth, of love, of community, and mindfulness, and all these really cool things.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I find it fascinating to observe the world around you. If you just are observant, you're going to see nature and God and the universe talking to you the entire time. It's through the bug that lands on you, through the
birds that you're seeing over and over again.
Look up the symbolism. It's really cool.
Through synchronicities in time.
And it fits with what's going on in my life typically, which is just so cool.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's been fun. It's part of the game of life, I guess, in a way.
Taylor Ellis.
Yeah.
I saw him and Misty are going. I saw they did a selfie. They're going to like Montgomery, Texas. But Taylor Ellis is one of our friends. He has a tarot deck.
Yeah, he has a new edition out right now, like a second edition.
Cassie, can you
They're
put
so
his
cool.
link in this afterwards?
Yeah. I've
Yeah,
been meaning to tell him how
he's-
much Lazarus, our
yeah.
20-month-old, loves his tarot cards.
He's an artist, and he created his own tarot deck, and
The
he has
app
an
is really
online app, and it's phenomenal, and it's spot fucking on every single time.
Tarot's very, if you...
Anyways, we'll post that link.
Tarot's really interesting because I feel like if you clear your mind and you really ask, because you're basically asking the universe for a response, and everything's energy, so it makes sense that
Yeah.
the right card or the
It's
fitting card
unbelievable.
would happen. I don't know. I don't
Yeah.
know if that's how it works, but I feel like that's how it works. It's pretty cool.
I asked him to come out in person once we get hopping, so we'll see. See if he's not too busy.
He's really busy now.
Misty can come teach yoga too. So clouds shaped like UFOs.
Yeah, you did a post about that.
Guys
like a
and
week ago?
gals, you know, and this has been, you know,
You'll have to talk too about how posts after you had that
Yeah.
feeling were validated.
I mean,
or, you know,
yeah.
not validated, but supported.
Sean Pereira, unbelievable. He, you know, and I took a photo of it and I posted the other day. I just, you know, higher dimensional beings exist. I'm sorry, but
Why are you apologizing?
just for if I hurt anybody's feelings, but you know, and they're very evolved and not wanting to. You see posts all the time about no wonder they don't want to come see us, you know.
Yeah.
And as we evolve and as the consciousness of the entire world evolves, you're going to start. We're going to see them, and they'll make
And
themselves.
it's all about perception
Yeah.
because a majority of people are like,
That's fine.
you know?
Hey,
But not a majority, but a lot of people
Yeah.
are completely open and aware. And
Yeah.
there's been this whole idea of full disclosure is
Yeah.
not only exposing crimes against humanity and horrible things that are going on that are going to start coming to the surface. Just watch, you know, just observe. It's very interesting. But it's also, I lost my train of thought.
Yeah. No, we were just talking about cloud-shaped UFOs. It's
that's also
fascinating.
going to start coming out.
Yeah.
Stuff about
They're
that
already-
and the communication that's been going on.
They're already here.
It's already been said, and little things are happening. That's why we see all these movies about UFOs. Just start observing. It's really interesting how
What was that one we watched recently?
Arrival.
Yeah, Arrival. That was a trip. And what was the Johnny Depp movie we watched? Fascinating movie.
No, I can't remember. With Morgan Freeman, and he lives. Oh, it's really. I
Yeah.
can't remember.
Isn't it on Netflix?
Transcendence. No.
Transcendence.
Is
That's
that
what
what
it
it
was.
was?
Yeah. But 0 Point is here, and you know, I'm feeling it. I'm very aware that it's here. A lot of folks out there are aware that it's here, and it's going to be a fascinating thing to see.
We talked about some fun stuff.
Yeah.
Some movies and Earth Day.
Anyways, happy 420. My 420 was excellent. It is, yeah, it's still 420. Sweet. Do we have any sweets? We have ice cream. So I'm going to make Cinnamon Toast Crunch ice cream. A little bit of milk.
Cool.
And, but anyways, thank you for everybody for that loves us. And
Thanks
thank
for
you for
watching.
everybody that doesn't. But everybody's been super just kind. You know what I mean? You seen that? And, you know, one time we were at a point where everybody fucking hated us. But then, and you know what I laughed at the other day? Like, every day I piss at least 5 people off, and they leave me and delete me. I wrote a quote one time that says, if you're savvy enough, they'll delete themselves. And I guess I'm savvy.
That's great, honey. I'm so proud of you. Mr. Savvy.
Yeah. But I have
hey,
I have to do the dishes. So.
Yeah. I told Chris I'd only do this video if he do the dishes.
So
after.
I'm going to go do the dishes. And,
well, my family's coming to visit this weekend.
Yes, Mimi and Darcy are coming to visit. So we got a lot of work to do in the gardens this weekend. If you would like, stop by and say hi. 421, 422.
All right. Cool. Anything else?
Nope.
All right. Well, thanks again.
Anything else, Roxanne?
Nice. All right. Have a good night.
Bye.